It was a day like any other. Life was peaceful, calm, and then suddenly it wasn't. Let's get to the bottom of what happened together. On Monday of this week, news of an alleged nerf to the maximum character proportions spread around the ATLYSS community. Some people shared screenshots comparing between characters on the main build of the game and the beta branch where the changes had taken effect. I did some comparisons myself to confirm, and there were definitely differences. There was also a screenshot floating around of a message sent by Kiseff, the developer of the game, admitting the current proportions were effing large and wanted to pursue the option to make slimmer and more masculine bodies. It seems this all began on an 18+ ATLYSS Discord server, and the word quickly spread onto social media and the forums. The news of a proportion nerf quickly propagated and led to an influx of negative reviews, refunds, and intense feelings. With no word about the situation from Kiseff himself, except for that one screenshot, things quickly escalated. A day later, Kiseff addressed the situation in his Discord, apologizing for the lack of communication and about his intentions with the character models. The models were getting a revamp to be smoother and more in line with his creative vision, and in that change he had inadvertently made them slimmer than the main build of ATLYSS. The public beta branch was subsequently replaced with a private branch only accessible to Patreons, with the model change reverted. This paragraph would later be edited down to a single sentence and was replaced with a Steam post addressing the community as a whole. Kiss apologized for taking so long on the upcoming update and admitted to biting off more than he could chew. He also removed all the test branches, including the private one, and promised to bring back the public builds once everything is sorted. There were also promises made to communicate more often, so things like this won't happen again. This whole drama centers around the character models and their lessened proportions in the public beta branch. The nerf resulted from changes in the model to be more smoother and to work better with the new gloves and boot cuff models. This was never pushed out to the main branch, and it didn't outright remove your ability to make larger characters. They were just put on a treadmill a bit. Many criticized Kiseff's lack of communication and made claims of baiting and switching, or taking the money and running. This is not the case. He's still working on updates, but I can understand the sentiment seeing as we haven't had any new content on the main branch in over 5 months. What does have grounds though is the lack of communication, and with the latest Steam forum post he took to responding to comments and concerns people had. Tones were tense and things did get heated, but at least there is open and honest communication. Reading posts like this fills me with the confidence in the future of this game. Also, this being my mental image of Kiss is both funny and concerning. There was a change to the Patreon side of things where the Discord is getting cleared out and it seems there won't be any more private builds. This could be seen as controversial, especially those who have supported Kiseff for a long while now, but we'll see how that plays out. All in all, it's obvious this situation has taken a toll on Kiss's mental well-being, but isn't letting that get in the way of his goal of finishing ATLYSS. The backlash that resulted from such a simple miscommunication was honestly disappointing. It got the devs' attention, but much of the anger was, in my opinion, overblown and unwarranted. It's easy to attribute malice to what is almost always incompetence. Kiss messed up by not making his changes and intentions clear, but hopefully this won't be the case going forward. One last thing I want to add, I believe this proportion drama has a simple solution. If Kiseff wants the smoother models to have smaller proportions, then that's fine, but it would be best paired with an unlimited sliders button that will extend the ranges that you can change to be much greater than the default. It would be off by default and be client-side, so if you have the setting off you won't see any grossly exaggerated proportions. If you have it on though, then you'll have full control over your character and get to see what others do with that control too. Plus, this way you wouldn't need to mod the game to have access to the uncapped sliders. I do believe good can come from this. Many of the negative reviews were switched back to positive, and if strides are made to be more open and honest with communication, then I'm confident this game will have a promising future. This is a bump in the road for sure, but not one that will cripple the game. Now, all we have to do is wait for Kiseff to do his thing and finish up that update. Someday. That's about it. See y'all around.